stars on the way I vibe when I walk into the room. Wind blows underneath the soles of my brand new pair of shoes. And this is my world now.
Did it.
Oh my gosh. This looks so much better than it did when we bought it. Doesn't look like it's 1965 anymore, so that's good. That's positive.
But I kind of miss the built-in pizza oven. I do. I kind of miss, and I really wanted to keep the oven, like the other traditional oven that was in the 1960s too. It was the yellow fluorescent.
No, it would have been cool. It would have been a cool, like, vintage time capsule kind of house. At the end of the day, it didn't really work. We actually ended up moving the kitchen from this space here to that space over there that used to be the living room. So now the living room's over here, the kitchen's over there. The reason we did that is because originally there was a wall right here that made the kitchen its own space. And when we opened up that wall to give this house kind of the open concept feel, we realized you walk in the front door and immediately you're looking at the kitchen. And nobody really wants that. So
nobody wants to see your dirty dishes.
Exactly. The kitchen can sometimes get messy, and you know, if it's right at the front door, that's exactly what everyone's looking at when they come to see it, right? So we also wanted to give the kitchen more space, so we took the larger space that was the living room, made it the kitchen, and we made this decision about halfway through the project. So that was a bit of a change up. I mean, we had to remove the fireplace to do that.
Yeah, the fireplace was quite the ordeal to get rid of it. And we had to really say, is it worth it? Is it really worth it? Because of the permitting issues and just, it's a whole nother nightmare. But at the end of the day, feedback says yes, it was 100% worth it. And this is such a tiny little, it would be a galley kitchen. I mean, it would be such a little guy, again, like nobody, especially in this area, people absolutely, if it's a $1.3 million home, you can't have a galley kitchen.
Yeah. And this is almost a $1.4 million home.
Yeah, that's a no, right? So yeah, the higher you go, the more luxurious the kitchens absolutely have to be. And we're in Utah. You have to realize where you're staging and where you're creating the space for and the flow. In Utah, very much so, the first thing that people want to do is come and sit down. Like that's just that's a custom to how
it's the culture.
It's the culture, how we do things. We want to open the door and invite people in and sit in our front room. So having a front room is an absolute must if you can possibly figure out how to do it. So originally, also, this was going to be the den, right?
Yeah, and it still could be.
Yeah.
It still could be a den.
Yep, it definitely could be. We were struggling though because we did move the kitchen, and when we moved the kitchen, unfortunately where the stairs are, we kind of came up against this like, there's no formal dining. Right?
Yeah.
And that's also a no-no in a $1.4 million home. You have to have formal dining. Most likely they will be using this as a formal dining room because we know who's going to be buying this house. It's somebody with a family. I mean, it's just, it definitely has that family vibe written all over it, so they're going to need a formal dining room to host all their children's. So yeah, well, let's go take a look at the kitchen.
Let's do it.
Yay, the kitchen.
Oh my gosh, this kitchen turned out gorgeous. It was the living room. Now it's a beautiful kitchen with a beautiful big window and a beautiful bar. And by the way, well done on the cabinets. I love the combo of the dark on bottom, the lighter color on top. The flat front, contemporary, modern cabinets. I really like it.
It probably would have been smart to go with a flat top here. That's the only probably thing that I would have done differently, even though I know that I personally like to cook on gas, and I feel like most people do. But because of the way the range is set up with the countertop, the way it was set up, originally I had the layout just straight, because this design actually is a little bit outdated. But it actually works for this space, so I'm not mad. I think the flow, you know, creates a nice flow. It definitely had originally just a solid piece here, but it all worked out. It's really pretty.
One of the things I really love about this kitchen is the fact that it has this beautiful little breakfast nook attached to it. So let's talk about the breakfast nook. So I love this thing. I mean, before it was like this weird sunroom, and we didn't know what to do with it. We weren't sure if we were going to keep the paneling, if we were going to eliminate the room completely and just rebuild the deck. And I love what we did. I love this piece. I love any time we get to do kind of, you know, pillars and
this was 100% your design. Yeah. So this was your baby.
I'll take credit. I love it. And I love this little breakfast nook. I think it's awesome. It's a cute little space that I think a lot of people could do a lot of things with. And, you know, I think it worked out.
I mean, how great that even in the winter you could sit here and enjoy the mountains, right? And drink your coffee right here. Because outside, right? I mean, this deck is ginormous. This is a $40,000 deck, right? It's so pretty, but in the winter, you don't use it. You know, it's covered in snow. It is freezing here, right? It's very cold. So this is nice to have a place where you can still sit, enjoy the outside, if you will, because it's covered in windows.
And you can look at your huge deck.
And you can look at the huge deck.
Let's go look at the master bedroom. This turned out pretty dope. I love what you did with the fireplace.
Oh, good.
I like the shelf thing was weird, so I'm glad we closed that off. I love the beam. I like that you painted it instead of stained it. I think that was the right call. We did eliminate some funky things in here. One of those weird things was there was a door, exactly like this door. There was a door right here on this wall that went to nowhere. In fact, they had used like baling wire to wire the handle shut so that you couldn't open it, because the guy that owned this house before wanted symmetry. He said there's a door there should be a door here, but the door here doesn't go anywhere because the property ends and you couldn't put a deck or steps or anything. So it was weird. We got rid of it. We made it a wall.
And like I said, there is another small deck. But yeah, this turned out absolutely beautiful. I love that it's your own private space, you know, that you can come out, drink coffee, you can drink tea, you can just hang out. I would just have a
You drink soda, you drink lemonade. What other things could they drink? You drink water. Ooh, grape juice. You can drink grape juice.
This would be an incredible nightly rental. Like an Airbnb, this would be such a great space to host, you know, family get-togethers, a bunch of people going skiing together, they all fly in and meet here. Like, this would be an incredible, and there has been multiple people telling me, like, trying to figure out how to do that. So I'm curious, whoever does purchase this house, if that's actually who ends up buying it, is somebody that's gonna turn it into a nightly rental.
I like it.
Yeah, me too. So this master bathroom absolutely turned out stunning. Unfortunately, with the space that was given, and it was a really funky bathroom, like this was a horrible use of space, but sometimes you just can't fix it, right? There's just some things you can't do. We could not add a bathtub in this, unfortunately. A lot of people don't care about a bathtub anymore. They just sit and collect dust. So I don't feel like it's gonna hurt us in this price point. In fact, a lot of people don't want a tub today. And if they need to take a bath, they can use 3 other bathrooms in this house. We did create, though, with your own little toilet room, because I do feel like that's something that we have to do, is put doors on toilet rooms. Tell me in the comments below, though, if you care, because I am actually curious. Do you like private poopies or public poopies? I need private. Hence, I put a door on. But I'm curious, if you're like, no, I would have forfeited that, because if I didn't have to create a unique, you know, its own door, it would have been a little bit better open concept in here. A little bit more room. But I need a door, so you tell me in the comments below.
This turned out so nice. It was like ugly wood paneling before, like totally 70s, pink brick. Like, it turned out pretty nice. Now it's just a different shade of pink brick. But not wood paneling. That's good.
And I love, and I've actually had a lot of this feedback at all of our properties, that all of them we leave the space underneath the stairs, right? open, all of them. And
When we can.
right, there's a couple, like Bountiful, we couldn't because of the weird, you know, space. But it's for this reason exactly. How fun to have a little cute nook for kids to play, or you can put a little, it's just a great opportunity to free up space.
And make it feel more open. It makes the house feel bigger than it is, which is nice. Let's go check out the game room. Ooh, I actually almost hit my head.
What did you do?
Stood up too soon. That's all right. No one will notice unless they're tall, over 6 feet. Well, we need to sell our house to short people. If you know any short people, put their contact information in the comments section below.
Shouldn't use that. That's terrible. Don't use that.
Play Randy Newman's Short People in the background.
Do not. Absolutely do not use that. Okay. So let's talk about this space. This used to be absolutely nothing.
It was just unfinished. And I think part of it was because this low-hanging duct. Now, we thought we were gonna get away with having it be a little bit higher. And so we wanted to turn this space into a game room. This is a really long room, incredible for like a pool table or ping pong table or, you know, entertainment center. And we actually had originally had this fur down was about 1.5 inches to 2 inches taller, you know, more space upward than we have now. We were just going to paint the metal duct. We were just gonna paint it black and have it kind of be like a cool, rustic, industrial feel. And the city said, nope, you gotta sheetrock it. Well, if we have to sheetrock it, then we have to put something to fasten the sheetrock to. So we ended up having to put 2x4s laying flat in here to be able to fasten the sheetrock to it. And it just brought it down to a point where it's frustrating, to say the least, because it really has turned, I think, some buyers off to this property and to this room in particular, which I think is an amazing room. You know, it just immediately turns them off to it. So we weren't able to eliminate that weird thing.
Well, I mean, we had someone actually making an offer on this property already, and he was 6'4", and his wife was 5'10". Oh. And he was like, it's okay, honestly, because once you're past the weird spot, it's fine, right? I mean, this is fine. Yeah. And he said that it's for his kids.
All right, guys, well, that's all we have for you in this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments for us, if you would have done something differently on this property, we want to know about it. We love getting your feedback. Make sure you leave that feedback in the comments section below. In the meantime, if you'd like to give the channel some love, you can hit that subscribe button, smash that bell so you make sure you get notified next time we release a video. You can check us out on our other social media platforms, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all the things. Flipping with Mitch and Maylee, go check us out. Guys, we'll be back soon. Make sure that you check out our flipping education videos that we drop every other day just for you because we love you. And until next time, we'll see you on the flip side. Look, I know breaking into some of these strategies is a really difficult thing. And really, it's simple stuff, but it's complicated to learn. And so we don't want you to have to do that by yourself. Maylee and I and our coaching staff have actually opened some time for a free coaching call. All you have to do is go to flippin.education to sign up for your free coaching call today. We'll see you there.